In a story that's shocked the sports world and shaken the WNBA community, Angel Reese, a rising star and powerful voice for young athletes, has broken her silence. Her emotional reaction to the sudden suicide of college football player Kyren Lacy is drawing attention, not just because of the loss, but because of the tragic storm of allegations that surrounded it. Lacy, who was recently charged in connection with the death of an elderly Marine, took his own life before his day in court. Now, Reese's heartfelt message is sparking conversations across the country about mental health, justice, and the price young Black athletes pay when the spotlight gets too hot. Let's unpack the full story, the emotional fallout, and what this all means for Angel Reese and the greater sports world. Kyren Lacy, former LSU wide receiver, was found dead earlier this week in what authorities confirmed was a suicide. The announcement came just days after he had been charged in the suspicious death of an 82-year-old retired Marine in Baton Rouge. According to initial reports, the Marine, identified as Harold Jenkins, was discovered unconscious after a confrontation with Lacy near a parking garage. Witnesses say there was shouting, pushing, and then a fall. While details are still being investigated, Lacy was arrested and released on bond. Social media erupted with opinions, theories, and a firestorm of backlash. But just 72 hours later, Lacy was gone, his body found in his apartment, and a handwritten note left behind. While Angel Reese and Kyren Lacy weren't known to be close friends, they both represented LSU. Their stories intertwined by school pride, Black excellence in collegiate athletics, and the pressure of being in the public eye. Reese, who now plays professionally in the WNBA and continues to rise as a cultural icon, took to Instagram Live just hours after news of Lacy's passing broke. Tears streamed down her face as she whispered, "I all don't know what these young men go through. Kai was hurting, and nobody saw it, or maybe they did, and didn't care. We lost one of our own." Her voice cracked as she paused, holding back more tears. Mental health ain't a trend, it's real. And when a brother's dealing with accusations, stress, the media, and his own demons, sometimes it becomes too much. We keep acting like athletes ain't human. That moment went viral. But beyond the clip, Reese's words sparked a broader conversation about how athletes are treated once legal trouble enters the frame. It's easy to forget that allegations, especially criminal ones, can be a crushing weight on someone's mind. In Lacy's case, being charged in the death of a respected elderly veteran brought intense scrutiny. Headlines branded him a murderer before a court even opened. Social media did its usual thing, spinning facts, assumptions, and hate without pause. For a 23-year-old trying to build a career and reputation, that kind of pressure can feel inescapable. Angel Reese touched on this directly. "I'll put these titles on us. Thug, monster. You see a charge and forget the person. You forget they have family, a soul, dreams." Her emotional comment wasn't about defending a crime. She made that clear. But her grief pointed to something deeper, how public perception and media narratives can dehumanize young Black men, even before they've had a chance to speak. LSU released a brief statement expressing sadness and condolences to the Lacy family. But within the campus community, emotions ran high. Students held a candlelight vigil near Tiger Stadium, with many wearing purple in Lacy's honor. Among the speakers was one of Reese's former teammates, who said, "We've got to do better. These young men are heroes one day and villains the next." Mental health has to be more than a checkbox. In the WNBA world, several players also took to social media, echoing Reese's sentiments. Players like Angel Wilson and Kelsey Plum posted broken heart emojis and called for more mental health resources in college sports. Mental health is no longer a background issue. It's front and center, and Reese's voice, raw, vulnerable, and real, pushed it back into national focus. Sadly, Kyren Lacy's story isn't the first of its kind. In the past 5 years, we've seen multiple young athletes end their own lives after facing public scrutiny, legal trouble, or mental health battles. In 2022, Stanford soccer star Katie Meyer died by suicide after facing university discipline. In 2023, Jackson State linebacker Marquise Jacobs took his life just months after transferring schools and struggling with depression. The pattern is heartbreaking, and it's why Reese's emotional comment struck a nerve, not just among fans, but among athletes across all sports. Her message wasn't just mourning Kyren, it was warning everyone that this system, this culture of judgment, can be deadly. Reese has since called for a mental health initiative within college sports. She suggested creating real spaces where athletes can talk, decompress, and get help without stigma or fear of losing scholarships. She also challenged media outlets. Stop making clicks off our pain. Start asking how you can help. This call for action is still gaining traction. Sports fans, alumni, even some journalists are stepping up and saying, enough is enough. Kyren Lacy's story is tragic, but if we let Angel Reese's words sink in, maybe, just maybe, his pain can lead to purpose. If there's one thing Angel Reese made clear, it's that behind every athlete is a human being. Someone's son, someone's friend, someone trying to make it through the noise. The loss of Kyren Lacy reminds us all that words matter, pressure matters, and mental health matters. Let's honor his memory by not letting this conversation fade.